Okay, so let's talk about Servant and our theories for the finale. As I said, I was not going to really talk about Servant until we were closer to a finale, and now that we are, let's talk about it. So as you can see, my light is really bootleg. I'm using a... Let's not talk about that, but let's talk about what exactly is going on in Servant. So we are about 3 episodes into about to get into that finale, and we definitely are more aware that Leanne is a little bit more coming into herself. I see we really are looking at the true Leanne here. I feel like the Leanne we had seen for the past 2 seasons, especially in season 1, was pretty much a disguise of sorts, and I think Leanne is sort of coming out of a cocoon. And I don't think she did this on purpose. I think that she was sort of like blinded at first, and now she's really trying to see who she really is and what can she really do. I think that the homeless people that we all, well, some of us like me thought was going after her, but they're actually worshiping her, has actually made her realize that she might just be more powerful. So it's pretty interesting what's going on with her right there in this season at the moment we are. But where are we headed to next? So I think if any indication of the last episode is to where this finale is going, it's a very dark route. I think that by the end of it, Dorothy is going to realize what exactly happened to the real Jericho, and she might actually be inclined to not want to be with this Jericho that we see her with right now, and maybe we'll finally get the answers as to who this baby Jericho actually is and what's the purpose of it all, and how was Leanne able to bring him back. I mean, she even tells Sean, do you really think this was an act of God? So if it's not an act of God, it's something much more sinister. Is that what she's implying, right? That's the big question right here. So very interested in knowing where Leanne is headed with all of this. What's the end game for her, right? Is she always going to be in fear of this cult coming back, or is she going to finally take matters into her own hands and maybe get rid of the cult on her own? Or with these homeless people, she might create an army of sorts. That's going to be interesting to see if that happens. Also, a big thing that we have to focus on is that little thing where Julian comes in and the whole house is ransacked and empty, and I think Dorothy's on the floor at some point in it as well. We've seen in the trailer. We don't know that if that is a dream of sorts or if that's going to be sometime jump into the future or what exactly is happening, but I do believe that is the last episode if it's a reality. I think that by the end of it we'll see probably Leanne take Jericho and everything. I think we see Sean go do the show as well, and I think Dorothy gets hurt in the process or realizes the truth and sort of has a shock factor happen. So I think that the next 3 episodes are going to be insane. I do believe that we're going to get some answers as to what Leanne is and where she really comes from, where her powers are drawn as well. I think the homeless people are going to make a big impact as well in this story, and I think they're going to continue to do so. So definitely going to be interesting to see how all of it will play out at the end. I know M. Night Shyamalan likes to string us along, especially in the 2nd season. I feel like that one was one of the most strung out seasons of any show I've ever seen, where we didn't really get anything big happening up until the very end. And I hope he doesn't do this with the 3rd season, which already has a little bit more action going on. It's moving a little bit more forward than the 2nd, but it's starting to feel a little slow at some parts, and I'm hoping that he realizes this and the last episodes don't feel like a drag, right? Because we don't want to go through that again, because I think after the 2nd season everybody was scared of the 3rd season, but luckily we're not there, but it feels like we're getting there. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully he does pull us along. This is supposed to be a 5-season show, so I do believe that this being season 3 has to be some big climax cliffhanger at the end of the last episode in order for us to get into the final act, if you will, for season 4 and 5. So I really feel like these next 3 episodes we're about to learn a lot of big shit that we didn't know about, and it's just gonna leave our jaw dropped. Hopefully that's the case. If not, I'm gonna be on video telling y'all, yeah, he did it again, but hopefully we're going to get something good. So, side note, M. Night Shyamalan and Rupert Grint are actually working on a movie, so that's pretty awesome to hear. I do enjoy him on the show, and I'm very excited to see him do a lot more stuff. He always cracks me up. But nonetheless, let's get back into what do we think is going to happen. So I think that the Colt is going to have one last hoorah, if you will, and try to get Leanne once more this season. And I think that the homeless people are going to come into the whole mix, and it's just going to be out in the open why they're actually worshiping Leanne, whether or not they were part of the cult at a point and are excommunicated and now like her, or they were some other type of cult to begin with. I think that's going to be interesting to see, and I do hope we get some sort of clarification as to how she was able to get Jericho, or who this is actually, if it's not Jericho, you know? So I think that those questions need to be answered. As I said, I think Leanne is sort of like a fallen angel of sorts. I've talked about this in previous videos before, and I think that the cult sort of like found her and tried to nourish that power for their own like agenda, and maybe that wasn't Leanne's whole agenda to begin with as a fallen angel, or whatever. She may be a demon, we don't know, but I think that now she's starting to realize that she doesn't have to necessarily align with what this cult wanted to do, because she doesn't even know her own purpose in this world yet. So I think that's going to be something that's going to be explored in the last seasons. I think this one's going to be the one where she is awakened, as we already see her, and she's going to sort of like be her own person, or whatever she is, and just go out there and do that. And the next couple of seasons, she will actually realize who she is, and then we'll definitely get most of her answers here. I think that the Turners are a big part of her like sort of identity and mission, if you will, and I think we'll learn more about exactly what's going on here, as I said, in these next couple of episodes. So these next episodes are going to be crucial. I hope that they're delivered in a way that we are all hoping for, and not a slow drag like we're used to with this show. I mean, at this point, it sort of feels like it's a guilty pleasure sometimes to watch it, because I tell others to watch it and they tell me how slow it is. So definitely I'm in it for it. So if you're watching with me, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I'm still loving the show. I love the look. I love the cooking in it a lot, and I just love how the mystery is unraveling, but sometimes it's unraveling too slow for my taste. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, that is going to do it for me. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Turn that notification bell on. Make sure you also let me know what is your favorite part about the show, and what are you hoping to see? What are your theories for the ending of season 3? And what do you think is the whole thing with Leanne? Like, what is going on? As I said, I think she's a fallen angel or a demon, and I'm excited to see whatever the case may be once we get that full reveal. But as always, that's going to do it for me. Yes, I'm recording on my phone. I need to get my mic fixed. Yeah, as I said, I'm excited. Let me know your opinions down below. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. All provided down below. Make sure you're subscribed. Let's get the 25k subscribers. And I might do like a watch for the finale. I don't know yet. Or a live something live. We'll see what we do. But anyways, I'll see you all next time. Stay safe. Stay positive.